Hey there, welcome to another episode. Two Guys, One Crypt. There's Chuck Nasty. How the fuck you doing, man?
I'm good.
Just good.
Yeah.
That's it?
Eh,
Really? All right.
yeah.
Fine. Usually there's a whole little slew of stuff, but I'll just
Oh yeah.
accept it. All right.
I've been a little under the weather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Phlegm. A
oh,
lot of phlegm. It's horrible.
right. No, I get it. Hey, Sean, how's it going, man? Thanks
What's
for
up, Sean?
tuning in, buddy. Anyways, we got a fun fucking show today. Before we go ahead and get started, we want to remind everybody to buy our motherfucking comic book. The comic book can be found over at talesfromthepodcast.com. Just go find the link. I mean, you can buy it, you can touch it, do whatever the fuck you want to it. I don't care. Buy it though. It's a pretty cool fucking book.
Agreed.
Yeah, definitely. And also check out some of our sponsors. Our friend Sydney, who's sitting there and doing these awesome fucking wax melts, all horror themed, locally out of my area, over close to the Toledo area. You can go and check out everything that she has. It's all in the show notes. Awesome girl, and you get a discount code with using TFTP 20% off. Let's be honest, you're gonna buy fun shit to sit there and make your house smell good. Why not be creepy about it and help some friends out?
I actually, surprisingly enough, love smelly good stuff.
You look like the kind of guy that would probably like his house to smell like strawberries.
I do. I love
I
the
mean,
smell of
you
strawberries.
come off real fruity to me, Chuck.
Well, thanks,
You're welcome.
asshole.
I love you too. So, anyways, talking
Actually, no.
about
Actually, I'm a fat kid. One of my favorite like candles I have. It's
don't tell me it's like chocolate.
frosted blueberry donuts. If that doesn't scream fat kid, that's actually my favorite kind of donut. Is like
I fucking hate
blueberry.
blueberry.
Really?
Blueberry is just fucking disgusting.
You just put me in a bad mood now.
I'm sorry. Well, you know what will put you in a good mood?
What's that?
Our guest tonight. So, talking about our comic book and everything, there it is. And check that picture out, guys. And speaking of that picture, let's go ahead and introduce our guest. The girl in that photo, Morrigan Thompson.
Yes. Hello. Hi. How are you?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Those were my butt cheeks. I grew those myself. Thank you.
Did you? All right. The way you said that brings up questions.
That was great. I grew them myself.
So, growing them yourself, are you talking like petri dish growing, or like how did you grow specifically those?
So listen, here's the origin of that because I have no solid answer for you. Guys all the time will say stuff to me at the strip club about like my butt. And I kind of got tired of giggling and just being coy, like, oh, thank you, because fuck that. So I started saying, thanks, grew it myself.
Nice.
I mean,
like
it makes
that.
sense.
And honestly, I kind of imagine it like a petri dish. What comes to mind is kind of like the thing for some reason.
Right? Like, I don't know. As soon as you said it, I'm just thinking like, remember when they were doing like the ears that were growing off the rat's back?
Yeah,
Like-
yeah. That's how I got my ass. They grew it on the back of like a goat.
I love the idea. That's great. Oh man. So anyways, it's been a little bit since I've had you on. And I think the last
Yeah.
time we talked about Tales from the Crypt episode.
We did.
Which
And
was a
actually,
lot of
since
fun.
you said that, I have to ask the person, but there's a Tales from the Crypt episode that someone requested we review together.
Oh really?
Yeah, on the set of Killer Campout, someone mentioned it, and I was like, I have been on a podcast that literally talks about episodes of Tales from the Crypt all the time.
I believe another person that was on that movie set with you was also on another episode with me as well.
Wait,
So,
which one? Because we might have had that conversation.
yeah. Well, I mean, we get tons and tons of people on there. I'm trying to think, but I believe, and I am really, really bad with names because I know it wasn't her. It was Melissa. That's right.
Oh, okay, yeah. No,
Yeah.
the person I had this conversation with was actually another Ohio native. His name is Tim Hale. He played Craig in the movie, and he's quite fucking funny, dude. You should check him out.
I definitely will. That's for sure. And you know what? Tell him to go ahead and message you which one that is. And if it's an upcoming one, we will definitely do it. But you know what? If it's not an upcoming one, I will go into a re-review of an episode.
It's
So
it's
we'll
one
work
that I
something
don't
out.
think you've done. It was an obscure one. It kind of took me back because I had to think about it for a fucking second.
Well, I've been doing this for over 4 years, and I'm going in order, and I got less than 2
We will
seasons
see.
left.
We will
So,
see. I have faith that he pulled this one out of his ass.
right? Well, I mean, it would have to be at the or like in between season 6 and 7 because I've done everything else. So that, or we could do the really, really bad movie, The Ritual. It's really bad.
I really actually don't want to remember that. I think that's something that I compartmentalized that in the back of my brain, trying to forget that. And
Yeah.
thank you for bringing that out to light.
You're welcome. Nobody wants to remember that it was even a Tales from the Crypt product.
Not even Tales from the Crypt.
No,
No, not
yeah,
technically.
They don't really
It's
make
just
it
so
that
bad
known, like
they
with
had
that
to
one.
add that.
Yeah.
No, I know. You know what's fucked up though, because there were movies that were too good where they took them off from being Tales from the Crypt movies and made them stand on their own because they were going to do that great. Like The Frighteners was supposed to be a Tales from the Crypt movie originally.
I did not know that was supposed to be a Tales from the Crypt movie.
I feel like I've heard that.
Oh yeah, imagine that,
Whoa.
having like a Peter Jackson fucking flick as your fucking.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Honest to God, I would have. I mean, I love Frighteners anyway, but whoa.
Yeah, it like takes it up a whole
It's a good
nother
movie.
level.
Yeah, it does. Holy shit.
Right. And we got Rob joining us here too. Good evening, fellas, and Morgan.
Oh, thank you, Rob. Just so you know, I'm also a fella. I just tuck.
I bet you get a lot of disappointed customers at the club. Sorry.
He'll just poke me in the eye. Damn it, Stan.
Speaking of goats, there's a breed that has a big butt.
If there is, please tell me right now.
He just sent me a pic. So
Post it.
I will give me a minute. I mean, thanks,
I'm so
Sean.
excited.
Thanks. Oh man, he sent me one picture, guys. He sent me a few pictures of this big butted goat.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh man. Oh god damn it. He is not fucking lying at all.
Is it thicky thick? I'm so pumped.
Oh my god. Is it thick?
We're talking about a goat, right?
Yeah, we are. I got 3 pictures.
Okay.
I'll
That's
go
all,
through and show 'em.
yeah.
Well, I mean, don't get too excited, Chuck. I'm starting to see something pop up there at the bottom of your screen.
Sadness and despair.
Oh my goodness. Oh my god, I've seen videos of these things, and when they walk, that shit has jiggle.
I could have done without seeing that.
There you guys go.
Good
The
lord.
last one looks like a tumor.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Oh
like
my
they're bad. They're
Oh,
bad.
I can't do this right now. No.
So yeah, thanks, Sean.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
thanks,
I needed
Sean.
that.
I guess this was needed. It was needed. That's for sure.
Hell,
So,
absolutely.
anyways, I know that you have quite a bit going on right now. I know not a lot being public about it, and there were some things I couldn't find, which we discussed that earlier. Which, I mean, it just is what it is. But I will say, you got one specific movie that I'm really, really curious about. Like, you can't find much on yet. I mean, there's some behind the scenes pictures that you've shared and stuff like that. And I'll be honest, that's that Debbie Does Demons.
That's one that everyone's excited for.
I mean, I think we're just
It's the
excited
name.
mostly because I don't. To me, it's not the name.
I mean,
What
it
got-
definitely is
because
an ear
I saw the
catcher.
name, I saw the teaser stuff, the pictures. There was one picture in particular that really got me excited, and that was with you holding a puppet.
Oh, the demon
puppet.
baby.
That's what got me. I'm a sucker for puppets.
Yeah, that fucking puppet was sick, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah.
awesome. I loved it.
Dude, Donald sent me photos while I was on my way for the first part of shooting for Debbie, and he was like, "What do you think of these puppets that I just had made for the movie?" And like the way he talked about it was so like nonchalant, and I'm like, "Why are you not excited about this? This is fucking awesome! Oh my god, it's amazing."
You can actually ask Chuck here. What was it, about a year and a half ago? I started looking into what it would take to get puppets. I don't know if you remember that.
Vaguely, kind of.
Yeah. I looked into
Are
it.
they? I'm not. I don't remember him mentioning if it was expensive or not. But I also don't ask. I just assume everything's expensive when it's on a movie set.
Well, you can get cheap ones, but with cheap ones come no
Oh,
look
this
of it
one
being
was
cheap.
sturdy. I had to hold
Right.
that thing while we were shooting a scene with Jessa, and my arm hurt in all portions of it from holding that big fucker up.
Oh yeah.
It was,
Oh,
and
man.
it was hard to move the mouth because it was like a thick. It was fucking really well made.
Well, then, if that's the case, it was probably in between the 2,000 to 4,000 range.
Oh my gosh, that's so much for a puppet. Wow.
I mean,
that's crazy.
the ones that I was looking at got quoted a little over 2, and that was before things started getting expensive. So
That's crazy.
just
Oh
to
my
give you an
God.
idea. So
My guitar player, like his kids recently just got into the whole puppet thing, ventriloquist stuff or whatever. Like
Ventriloquism is so cool.
his daughter really has taken like a complete interest in it. Like I can't wait to like when she actually perfects the damn thing. That shit always amazes me.
Oh, that's so cool. I hope she gets a Slappy doll from R.L. Stein.
yes, it has to be a Goosebumps one.
Yep, it's a necessity.
I have a
Oh,
Howdy Doody
agreed.
doll from back in the 50s. That was my dad's. And it looks very similar to that. It's very
I'm
creepy.
pretty sure that's what it was based off of.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised if it was.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure mine's haunted too. So,
So, anyways, though, I do have to ask you: is there anything that you can tell us about that movie? Like, are we going to be seeing that soon? Is it gonna be an actual like released project or
It
just
is
some
gonna be
DVDs?
released. I know all of these things. I just can't share all of the details, which makes me feel like I have the world in my hand. Just I've got the power, you know.
You just won't help. You just won't share it. We'll find out after the show that she could have shared all of it. She just didn't want to.
Oh my God! Yeah, when we're done, I'm like, by the way, guys, I can tell you. No,
I would laugh.
maybe next year it'll be released. I'm not sure about trailers or anything. Honestly, like Scout's honor, I'm not sure about trailers. I would think we'll probably have a trailer for Debbie Does Demons by the end of the year, but I'm not entirely sure. It's just kind of like whenever, everything gets done and stuff. But I have seen edited footage of it.
Yeah.
And it looks fucking amazing. We were sitting at this little restaurant the day of filming for like the rest of the movie, and they were like showing me my scene where I have some things happen to me, and I can honestly say that Donald Farmer has told me I make the best gagging noises he's ever heard. And I wanted to make sure that I got that on here. I wanted to put this on public record. Public record, Donald Farmer, and I quote, said that I have the best gagging noises he's ever heard. Thank you.
All right. Well,
Thank
I
you.
can't imagine what you could have possibly do on that scene.
I'm gonna let
Now,
your
can they-
imaginations run wild.
Now, just out of curiosity, can that scene be found on one of your other websites?
I am gonna take a clip of it. I'm gonna take a little snippet and I'm gonna post it because it probably could be.
Oh wow, yeah.
Are they?
Chuck's like, send it to me.
How do I get the pre-edited version, please?
There you go. Well, anyways, I mean, I will say I'm very excited for that. I will also say that for one that you showed a trailer to recently, and you know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and show the trailer before I ask the question.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know. I'm assuming everyone's seen it. I mean,
Yes.
well, you know what? I say that, but I'm pretty sure the trailer dropped on his official YouTube channel maybe a day or two ago. So it is pretty fresh.
Everyone's seen it at this point, yeah.
Yeah. Everyone's seen it if you were, if you got on there within a day. But anyways, it's just a trailer anyway, so there's no spoilers. And this one features somebody who else was on the show, like I said, Melissa. So check this out. This is a trailer for Killer Campout Part 2.
Welcome to Camp Phoenix, where lost souls are saved and warm roasted wieners await you. There's always a friendly smile and a new friend waiting with open arms. You can sing, you can play, you can relax, but beware. There's an evil lurking within the woods, a sadistic, bloodthirsty abomination, long thought dead and buried. It's alive. It's watching. It's waiting. It's hungry for your flesh. It welcomes you to Camp Phoenix. Enjoy your stay. You won't be coming home. Killer Camp Out Part 2, coming soon.
So I'm honestly kind of excited for that. Definitely getting that whole 80s kind of camping movie vibe.
I loved the trailer, and that's just a
That's
teaser
badass.
trailer, by the way. That's not
Oh,
the
man.
official trailer.
Hmm.
So, like, I'm really
What
excited.
is it? It's the official teaser trailer.
The official teaser trailer. Yep.
Yeah, I know official is definitely in the title for that video. But I mean, it looks like it's going to be a pretty fun little movie there with a lot of throwbacks going towards some of, like, probably. Hoping we're going to get like some kind of throwbacks going towards like the whole Jason vibe.
There
and shit
is
like that.
quite a. It gives every camp, like every horror movie in the 80s that was set in a campground of any kind. It is very much so going to give you that vibe. It has like accidental homages that we notice throughout. And I mean, we have like purposeful, homages to other movies in there as well. I'm sorry. I'm also looking at my cat. She's trying to climb up my screen right now in my bedroom, and I'm like trying to make sure she doesn't destroy shit. But yeah, lots of good throwbacks and stuff in that movie. It was really fun to make.
Oh man, it looks like it was a lot of fun. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Oh my god,
too.
the guy that plays that creature is terrifying. I remember my fight scene looking at him like, you are actually scary, and I am actually going to like probably accidentally hit you. I'm so sorry.
Wow. Is there do we have any information that you're allowed to share about that one?
Well, right now we're running an Indiegogo campaign so that we can finish all of the funding and stuff. I'm going to be going back and filming more fight scene material. And then after that, he's going to be, doing all of the editing and the cutting and stuff like that. So maybe next year, end of this year, early next year, we might have a drop. I'm not sure.
Well, hopefully it happens soon. And hopefully the
Indiegogo
goes well as also. I will say I'm very excited to see that one as well.
That one has lots of good Indiegogo perks. You can buy my screen-worn shorts off of the Indiegogo, and I didn't wear panties.
You heard it here, guys.
So if you want to support this show, please, God, go buy the screen-worn shorts. I did not wear underwear.
You heard it, guys. I feel like somebody's probably going and trying to find that Indiegogo thing right now. So
I will. Girl, will you please go?
I will definitely be looking to find that link for everybody to check out, by the way.
I will get that link to you, I promise.
Oh, man. Well,
I didn't think to get that to you before the show started. I should have. My bad.
Oh, no. You are entirely fine. There's no reason to sit there and even say anything like that. So what I will actually do for you, so you don't have to worry about it, is the Indiegogo link is right there, guys. So if you want to go ahead and check that out and buy that, which let's go ahead. You know what? Let me go and do something very nice for everybody. So we are looking for Morrigan on here. Oh, it's not even on here.
Is it not on there? Oh, it might.
It is not on here.
I don't know if he posted it yet because I have 2 sets of shorts. One set is already promised to someone that sponsored me in the film. And then I have another set that is going to be available as well. So it is going to be on the Indiegogo campaign. I promise you guys, you can buy my shorts.
Right, and she didn't wear panties.
I did not. And I'm going to be wearing them during a fight scene, so they're really sweaty. Y'all are welcome.
Oh, man.
This one is a complete 180 from the last podcast we did.
Oh, well, I mean, you say that, but I also advertised off your OnlyFans.
You're right. I completely forgot. I completely forgot.
Yeah, I mean, you did say that, you probably wouldn't do it, but I 100% did. So it is what it is. What can you do? But Sean, oh my. And Corey, Toxic Avenger is a great one. You know what? Thank you, Corey, for joining in and saying that. And that reminds me that we are here to talk about a movie too that we're going to be talking about.
Oh
The
yeah, I
Toxic
totally forgot.
Avenger. Right? It's like, yeah, what movie are we doing?
I was in
everyone's
the
just
back of
too-
my mind waiting for figuring out how we were going to segue from my sweaty shorts to Toxic Avenger.
Well, I mean, let's just go ahead and say it. At the Trauma Health Center, there's a lot of people sitting there working out who also have very sweaty shorts.
There
There's
you
a
go.
segue.
There you go.
Yes.
Cleverly done, sir.
Yeah, I was already coming up with something. Corey just helped me make it a little bit easier. But now I
Right.
got both of them. But anyways, we're going to be talking about the movie Toxic Avenger. And before we go ahead and jump into it, let's take a look at this old vintage Toxic Avenger trailer. I mean, let's also first point out that Chuck was probably the only one alive at the time when this movie first came out.
When did it
Stop.
come
No
out?
way. Excuse me. Hold on. Before we go. How old are you, Chuck?
When was this movie made again?
What was it? 84?
Yep.
Yeah. I was
You don't
born in
look like you'd be
88.
that old. Congratulations.
Oh,
you.
it's because he hasn't taken his hat off yet.
I'm 38 years
He's-
old.
He's naturally bald.
Yeah, I'm not naturally bald. Right here, that's why I get shaved. Fuck off.
I say you should grow it out and just let the bald spot
No.
be there.
No.
Please.
Is it like a little bird's nest spot, like right here?
No.
He has the Hulk Hogan.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Oh my god, that's fantastic.
I say if you ever go bald in that way, you got to just leave it.
Yeah, just leave it. That's God's way of giving you an extra bit of spice.
That's horrible. I will never do that.
Well, here we go, guys. Let's play this trailer and enjoy the good old days before we were alive and only Chuck was here. Here's the original Toxic Avenger trailer.
Fuck off.
Meet little Melvin. He's a 90-pound weakling. Everyone hated Melvin.
I'm gonna take this mop and shove it down your throat.
They teased him.
I want to do it with you. Okay.
They taunted him. They tormented him until he had a horrifying accident and fell into a vat of nuclear waste, transforming little Melvin into a hideously deformed creature of superhuman size and strength. Melvin became the Toxic Avenger, the first superhero born out of nuclear waste.
Holy shit! I don't know what it was, but it saved my life. All right, everybody, drop your tacos or I'll blow your brains out.
The vandals and the perverts had their way with the little people of Tromaville until the Toxic Avenger ripped them apart. The Toxic Avenger. His face is so terrifying. We can't show it to you now. You'll have to see the movie for yourself. The Toxic Avenger can bend steel with his bare hands.
Oh, we're only kidding. Get it?
Leap small cars in a single bound. He crushes drug pushers. Smashes hit-and-run drivers. For incredible explosive action, you must see the Toxic Avenger. He's a different kind of hero. The Toxic Avenger is coming to your town. Look out.
I love that fucking trailer.
That's a good fucking movie.
Oh, yes. Well, it is a good movie. Yeah. So, anyways, we're going to be talking about 1984's The Toxic Avenger, directed by Lloyd Kaufman as well as Michael Hers, and was written by Lloyd Kaufman and Joe Ritter, with a little bit of extra material by Gay Partington Terry. Now, this movie is quite the fun fucking movie, to say the least. And, I guess going right into it, one of the things that I definitely really want to say is that this movie would be a hard one to remake some of the aspects today. And I say that knowing that we have a remake in the works, which is very, very fucking interesting.
It's kind of nerve wracking.
Before we
Yeah.
get too into the movie, I'm kind of curious on what everyone's thoughts are on this Toxic Avenger remake. So, Morgan, what do you think? You've heard about it, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, I have. I don't know if I've expressed to you or on the show yet that I do not like remakes.
I believe it might have been mentioned.
I am just I'm not a big remake kind of girl. I think that most originals should be left the fuck alone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the new generation really needs anything pushed to them. They can find it on their fucking own. And if they don't, whatever, somewhere along the line, I'm sure they'll find it. So I think that it's kind of pointless, but also, I love anything that Lloyd does. So I'm sure that it'll still be a fun movie. I wish it wasn't a remake. I wish maybe it was just, an addition to, perhaps.
That's what I'm screaming.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I will say, the story is definitely a tad bit different from the plot description that's been laid out there. I'll go ahead and read out the new plot description for you guys. After a terminally ill janitor attempts to rob the company following his greedy employer's refusal to pay for his treatment, he falls into a vat of toxic waste, becoming a deformed superhero who seeks to protect his son and community. That storyline being a little bit different kind of gives the idea of maybe a reimagining more than maybe a remake. And now, me personally, I was kind of in the same boat until one thing. And that's when I found out some of the cast. So we have Kevin Bacon playing a role in this, which I love Kevin Bacon. And then one of my personal favorite villain type character actors who's, I guess, kind of like turned into that over time, Elijah Wood, after seeing him in Maniac.
Yeah, I liked him in Maniac a lot.
Which is also a remake. And I mean, that was a killer fucking remake.
Yeah.
I think Maniac is one of those that you could just get away with remaking it because it would be kind of hard for you to fuck that up.
That's
in my
fair.
opinion.
But Elijah Wood was
I
fucking
also am a
creepy
very
as shit
creative
in that.
person, so stuff like that just seems like something that you would just naturally be able to just take from one to the other kind of thing.
Right. It's one of the very few remakes that I actually really enjoyed. Rabid? Me and you agreed on that one, Chuck. I don't know if you saw the remake of Rabid.
The Soska sisters did that too.
Oh, yeah.
We love them.
Until I saw enough reviews on it. That, positive reviews from reputable fucking people, not just randoms online spewing their opinion. Right. And then I went and watched it, and those girls did really good. That
I love
shit
them
was
girls.
Disgusting.
Yeah, we love them girls.
I will personally say that as far as the Rabid movie goes, I actually like the remake more than the Cronenberg version.
I like their version of See No Evil.
Their version. Wait, did they not do
better.
The first one?
No. This is the second one. And the second one's much better. I hate the first one.
I always wondered why the first one had a completely different vibe than the second one. My dumb ass
this
entire time thought that they had their hands in the first one.
No, it was just the sequel.
They did.
That proves
series a justice.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Okay, sorry. Back to Toxie.
Well, I will also say that I think the Fly remake is also one of those exceptions where it's better than the original.
No.
I love the original Fly. It's a classic, but
I'm not saying it's not.
The Fly with Jeff Goldblum though is pretty damn fucking good. There are good remakes out there.
Yeah, very, very.
Just not many.
The only thing that was good was Jeff Goldblum.
Well, he definitely made that, but I mean,
it
was just a creepy fucking movie. Yeah.
What's a movie with him just sitting there talking for an hour?
Well, I mean, we're saying he's awesome and everything, but the last Jurassic Park movie kind of sucked.
I just want to listen to him talk. That's what I'm paying for, is to hear his voice.
Right? Yeah. I mean, even though he's definitely gotten a lot weirder over time.
He fucking has, man. He really fucking has.
He's evolved quite interestingly.
I think he's becoming himself now. He feels more comfortable being him. I love him for it.
Shanty says the weight room scene was brutal.
Oh yeah,
And
it was. I agree.
at least it's not
Oh,
Nick
yeah.
Cage, is what Shanty says. Me and Shanty both have a pretty big hatred for Nicolas Cage.
Okay,
Not big
explain
fans.
why though.
Why?
Sum it up, just real
All right.
quick.
I
I
used
can
to
sum it up in
recently.
2 words. Wicker Man.
You can't base his entire I used to fucking hate
yeah,
him,
you
and I
can,
fucking
but-
hate. No,
you
I
can.
hate that fucking movie though. That movie's
Dude,
Exactly.
that movie was so fucking awful.
There you go.
Didn't
Summed
make
it
any
up 2
sense.
fucking words.
That movie, and I remember somehow, like as a child, I managed to stumble upon that
Even
Bad
Shanty.
Lieutenant or whatever it was. Have you seen that?
I don't think so.
Well, that's a remake. His Bad
it
Lieutenant's
was
a remake.
it was fucking atrocious.
Yeah, it's not good.
It scarred me for life, and I did not like him really much after that.
no.
Yeah, I didn't
Like-
like him up until he did. Fuck.
I think
He
the
did some
only
movie a couple
I
years
like
ago.
him in is National Treasure.
I didn't even really like him.
Mom and Dad's good. Willie's is
Willie's
Wally's or whatever's good.
What is
Uh,
that?
Wonderland.
Oh, is
doesn't
that
talk.
what that is? That
Yeah,
show
he-
where he's around a bunch of animatronics or whatever it is?
Yeah, he doesn't talk throughout the whole movie. It's perfect,
Yeah, that's why it's so good.
and his character's great. He's a badass.
Right.
They
But then
should give him
again,
silent characters from now
Wicker Man,
We all would appreciate it.
you know, even Con Air. I mean, the dude just.
I was kind of
Jesus
hoping he'd at
royally
least have a
fucked
freak
his own
out.
career.
I don't know. I do kind of want to see that movie he plays himself in, though. That was pretty funny.
on. Who's
Ron
playing-
liked it, which means it's probably fucking awful.
Have you seen the photos of him dressed up all goth and shit?
Yeah, for him
No?
playing
Have you
Dracula.
seen the? Oh
what
yeah.
the fuck? Okay, so I've only ever
For
seen.
Renfield.
Yeah.
What is going on with that? Do you guys know? Because I think I might have blocked that part of social media away from me.
Believe he is playing Dracula.
playing Dracula.
In the Universal Renfield movie.
Yeah, it's a
which is about
comedy.
Renfield.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what I will watch it
Oh.
because it's a Universal movie, and
It's a
but then
question I
again,
can
I mean,
ask.
look at what they did with the last Mummy movie. I mean, Tom Cruise he's like right there, just as shitty as fucking Nick Cage in my book.
Oh, Tom Cruise is terrible. I don't like him in anything. I can't figure
Yeah.
out why people are so obsessed with him.
I want
mean,
him.
the only
I want
thing he
him
did
to.
was Interview with a Vampire. And
We
the only
say
reason I
that, but
liked
he's in
it-
one of the biggest movies of the fucking year.
I just can't wait for him to
You know?
to do one of those stunts. And he thinks he's so good he doesn't need to be safe about it, and then he just leaps.
I'm pretty sure he has a stunt double all the time. He's not like fucking Jackie
He
Chan.
has.
He claims that he does all his stunts.
There's no
Yeah.
fucking way I've seen him do shit.
No,
that
it's
even
okay.
Stallone won't
We
do.
want him to do his own stunts.
Like I know he didn't do any of the shit that he did in that Mummy movie. Like I know he did.
Let's get rid of the
He didn't
problem.
resurrect a real mummy.
Just rig the harness to where it lets go.
As
Yeah,
long as it's
fuck
televised.
that dude. Fuck that dude.
That'll be the best movie he's ever been in.
Oh, I'll eat popcorn to it.
I agree. I 100% agree. But anyways,
Then I
we
watch
are-
4th of July and cry.
Anyways, though, we are here to talk about the Toxic Avenger. I'm gonna bring it back around, guys.
Let's try.
This is a trauma film, obviously, and
It's definitely not a Hallmark movie.
no, it's definitely
Lifetime.
I
Not. It
wish.
could have been a Lifetime. I don't know.
I could see it
um,
being a Lifetime movie.
I mean, some of those are equally as far as the budget goes, about the same.
Some of the
Mm-hmm.
storylines in those movies are a little fucked up. People just don't pay attention.
I don't know. I don't have Lifetime. Does Lifetime even exist anymore?
My grandmother used to, and I remember watching one movie about some family dealing with some incesty stuff, and I was just like,
That's all they had on there. It's like, what the
people
fuck?
watch this shit? Like, what?
My,
You think
my,
I'm weird.
my first ex fiance, it's all her mom would watch. So we
Hold
go
on,
over there and
hold
sit
on,
there and
hold
watch
on,
that
hold
shit.
That's
on,
a
hold on.
huge red flag.
My
That's a big
first
one.
Oh,
ex fiance.
Yeah, I've had
Multiple.
two now. I've had two now. Yeah, I've never been that stupid to be like,
Collecting them like Pokemon. Good job.
Well, I
shit.
mean, I've this is the first time I've ever heard my ex, or
my first
ex fiance.
I mean,
Not mine.
talking about national treasures. Maybe I'm.
No, I mean, I don't know. But anyways,
Ain't my
Toxic
fault.
Avenger, obviously a trauma movie. Now, I am kind of curious here. Now, this movie came out before Morgan and I were born, not you, Chuck. So, I mean, you probably saw this in the theaters when you were like 15.
No, USA.
Oh, so you didn't even get to watch the movie. You saw 20 minutes of it because it was edited for TV. So, I will have to say, though, like, as far
Might
as
have been
trauma
HBO.
films, huh?
It might have been HBO. I had that too.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, HBO showed trauma movies once upon a time.
Yeah, I might have saw it on there. That was one of the two.
I saw it. Where was that? I think I saw it on VHS first. But I am going to ask, with this being a trauma film, is this the first trauma film that you actually got to see? And Chanty says it was on HBO.
Me?
Well, yeah, both of you, but yeah, Morgan, you can go first.
Oh God, no. So growing up as a child, my dad let me watch the Toxic Crusaders.
Right.
You know, and then when Netflix first was a thing, like when it was first came out as a streaming app,
Yeah.
it had all of the fucking trauma movies. It even had the low budget fucking softcore porno ones. Okay,
It had all
So
kinds of
my
shit on there.
first one was one that was about it was like erotic psychotic nurses or something like that. And
Oh, wow.
it was just nothing but softcore lesbian porn and blood. And I remember my dad, I was like fucking 13, dude. My dad came home from work one night and was like, he clicked on Netflix, and I thought that if I watched a bunch of movies, it would like hide the fact that I had watched that movie.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how the queue worked, you know, because I was a kid. And my dad had to come upstairs and be like, listen, I don't care that you like girls. In fact, I am ecstatic that you love women. But I don't want to know. So that was my first trauma movie, actually.
I said the same thing to my daughter, actually.
Oh my God, phenomenal. You're raising her right, man.
I do my best.
I've been hoping the same would come up with my kids. But
You're like, please be a lesbian, please.
Please, just save me a little bit of trouble. Chuck, what about you, man?
What about me?
What was your first trauma experience? Like, what got you into this shit?
Honestly, it was USA Up All Night. And it was actually Class of Nukem High.
Class of Nukem High.
That was the first one. And actually, I can't remember. I think it was Class of Nukem High. And then Toxic Avenger might have been played right afterwards. But I know I saw it pretty close together. Yeah. And I was like, ooh, I like the word toxic and nuke. That sounds cool.
So, my first adventure with trauma was Sergeant Kabuki Man.
Oh,
Yeah, there's that one too. Yeah, that's my buddy Jason's favorite one for a long time.
I love that movie still. I mean, I don't know where. I think I had that one early on, and my dad actually loved those B movies, so I got to watch it from him. And then, what was the video game channel? They used to do trauma movies. And I would catch it on there all the time too. Was it G4?
G4, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm probably dating myself because I don't even think that's a thing anymore. Is it?
I don't know. My dad would
it is.
download movies, and I would watch them on his TV, and everything I watched was through him. So.
Oh no, G4 is still a thing. Wow.
Is
Wow.
it?
Is it?
Yeah. It's kind of where Olivia Munn got her start. I know you're into girls, so you know Olivia Munn.
I know Olivia Munn, yeah.
Yeah. See?
Excuse me while I go look up this G4 fucking app.
Right? I'm getting this. Let's do some reruns.
Yeah, it's good.
But no, so that was my little adventure into it. But anyways, I was just kind of curious where everyone kind of got their start with trauma
That's
films.
such an interesting one to have seen first, my guy, honestly. I mean, not that I'm any better because mine was lesbian nurses, but, you know.
Right. Well, I mean, to be fair, they didn't have all the softcore porn stuff for trauma when I first saw this stuff.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't.
You know, so like
surf
that
Nazis
kind of thing wouldn't have
Oh
been.
my God, I was just thinking which one of us is going to mention Surf Nazis Must Die. That one is... I watched that when I got into my sexploitation kick.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I was really, really big into shit like the Big Birdcage, man. That was like one of my favorites.
Yeah, I try to not get into exploitation kicks because then I get into some pretty fucked up movies.
Listen, it's okay. We're in a safe space.
I have the Ilsa VHSs.
I do too. Oh my god, good to
Have
know
the
that I'm not
what?
the only one that's deeply fucked up.
The what? The what?
Elsa, she wolf
Nope.
of the SS.
Oh no, I don't have that. No.
yeah,
I
yeah.
do. I do.
the boxes. The box set of VHS.
You
I'm sure
know,
you've
we're
looked
kind
that
of
up
outing
before.
ourselves right now. Honestly, we're gonna be watched closely by the government.
Yeah. Half the viewers are like, okay, these people might actually be really fucked up if they have these movies.
Guys, I am.
Oh yeah.
I think we probably all are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just a smidge.
Well, I
no,
mean,
but I love. I
so,
have
some
that too.
movies saying you have them is one thing. Me talking about Cannibal Holocaust and how much I love it and how many copies of that and all that shit. That's one thing. The Elsa films, that's
Let me be
that's a
right
very
back.
weird
I'm
step.
gonna grab a DVD, and I want to know if you guys have seen this, and I have a story for it really fast.
Oh,
Just
go
1
for it.
second.
Go for it. Go for it.
1 second.
Stop! Don't do that to me.
It's been longer than 2 seconds.
Oh,
I have to
whatever.
find it. I hid it away so that people don't know I'm fucking disgusting.
And then you're gonna show it on here of all places. When we let you know
Yeah,
now,
where
people are
everyone
gonna
can
know you're
see it.
disgusting.
Okay, so I want to know if you guys have seen this first.
What?
I can't
What?
read it. There's a big glare.
Incest Death Squad?
Yeah.
That squad.
I tend to stay away from movies that have words like incest in the title.
Okay.
I'm not
If you
sure if
haven't-
I've even seen that one. Like, I feel it looks newer than some of the messed up stuff I've ever seen.
So this one, I wish there was a date on the back of it.
2009.
Lloyd Kaufman was in this, and the Go Cat. The guy that gave this to me signed it, put an XXO and his number on it, right here with my name. And I was 13, 14 when I got this DVD, and I just want to know
Oh wow.
if anyone's seen this shit and watched it.
So the
'Cause
guy
it's
who made it
brutal,
did
and I
that?
want to find the director. I can't find him anymore.
Corey Udler.
Yeah, I haven't been able to find him.
Oh, you.
A Corey J. Udler film.
He's in Wisconsin. Oh, you
You
know what?
found
That's
him?
why he's messed up. He probably knows Ron.
You found him already? That's crazy.
I know his birth date and what town he lives in.
I mean, it's like it wasn't as disgusting as the title leads. Like, obviously they're a family and there's incest happening, but
right, well, fake
the
incest,
gore
I'm
in
sure.
it is fucking
We're hoping.
sick. You guys, if you have like time to watch a random B flick, you guys should definitely check it out because the gore in it is pretty brutal. And there's this scene where they're banging in the barn, and it's just real good. It's disgusting. You need to watch it. Just watch it.
Very, very interesting. Hey, Morgan, on your Facebook, just so you know,
Yes.
I have sent you a way to contact him.
Yes. Thank you. Oh my God.
So-
See, making dreams happen here, folks.
I am.
I'm
I
gonna
am.
send him a photo and I'm gonna be like, "Do you remember signing this?" And like talking to me about Lloyd Kaufman and stuff.
Oh, he's 13, 14 years old.
I look
scare the hell out of
very
him.
old for my age, and like I was walking around for myself, so I'm sure he didn't like understand that I was a child when he put the XXO and stuff like that on there. You know, I just want to like tell him that this movie influenced all of the shit that I watched, and now I'm doing disgusting movies just like it, and to thank him.
I mean, that
It
would be
looks-
kind of like a nice thing to say to somebody.
It looks like he's not a very
I mean, I'd
active
take it as a
person.
You don't think? Oh, that's unfortunate. I was
Is he
hoping
like a
he was still
one-off?
making movies.
No, I mean like just in general, everything like
Oh,
his
That sounds like a
social
fucked up death
media,
metal
his
band.
everything. He doesn't
maybe it
seem-
was just a one-time movie.
I mean, it's possible, but it's like I'm going to tell you right now, he's wrote a few movies, and he's basically it looks like everything was done 2014, 2015, and his last one was completed but never even made all the way, which was Ed Gein DDS. So I mean,
like
and keep him
a Ed Gein dental movie.
That's what it looks like. And by the way, there is a Incest Death Squad 2.
What? Oh my God! I have
Yes.
to see it.
So I will throw that out there. Wow.
I just want everyone to know that I also believe in Jeb Wayne.
There we go.
Hey, real quick, there's a good possibility I'm getting ready to get kicked off here in a minute. My
Why is
phone's being
Put
stupid.
your charger on.
I can't because then I can't hear anything. It does stupid shit. It's so stupid.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and just talk about this movie so we can at least get some
can
of your
try,
opinion before you get kicked off.
Yeah.
So, anyways, we're talking about 1984's The Toxic Avenger. And I'm just going to be very basic with this one. I mean, this is one that we're going to probably spoil. We're not going to do a full walkthrough of the film. I will go and give a small, brief description that is on IMDb, and then we'll go around and talk about our thoughts. So here is the description. Tromaville has a monstrous new hero. The Toxic Avenger is born when meek mop boy Melvin falls into a vat of toxic waste. Now evildoers will have a lot to lose, which is the entire plot of Toxic Avenger. For being like, what, one or two sentences, I'm not upset with that. So anyways, Chuck, since you might be getting kicked off soon, why don't you go and lead us off?
First off, this was probably one of my favorite superheroes as a kid, and everybody thought I was fucking weird as fuck for it.
Oh, I can see why. I mean, you guys look a lot alike.
Am I really
When he
that
was
ugly,
Melvin.
Really?
Oh my god, your middle name's Melvin.
No. My favorite bands is. No, like I always felt really bad for Melvin. Like, I don't know, like you get picked on or whatever, and then turn into a big fucking monster and beat everybody's ass. Like, I don't know, like it's just such a fucked up movie. When I first saw it as a kid, I really didn't know what the fuck I was watching. Because I know it didn't seem, hey bud, what you doing? I really had no idea. Like, I don't know. For a minute there, I thought that's like all that movies like were like trauma films because I started watching so many late night like channels and shit. And I don't know, like the gore, the fact this movie probably could not get made how it was then. Now, some of the words used in it, some of the things in it would probably trigger some people. You know, it's a pretty offensive movie on many counts. But it kind of there's a reason why Toxie is the face of fucking trauma. Like, you know, it stands for everything trauma does. There's gore, there's complete goofy, like there's silliness, there's tits. The death scenes, like dude, like the weight thing. I love that scene so much.
Disgusting.
That's like that is a scene that like I wish that more movies would have that were just like you're waiting and you just wait and just pass. I don't know. I love the fucking movie though. It's always I like them all, but the first one is the best one, and it's the only one that like I find myself like I think it's actually a really good story, and I don't know. I also like the fact that it ends on a happy level. Like everybody's all like happy and shit at the end of it. I don't know, because it's so stupid. But there's a lot of happiness in this movie. I love this movie. That's what I'm trying to say. I can't talk. Talking is hard.
I mean, you're making it look like it is.
I know.
Oh my god.
I love this movie. I would say I have to give it a 9.
A 9?
Yeah. Just because I think it's perfect. I think it's perfect.
Perfect movie.
It's exactly what it needs to be.
Well, I mean, yeah. All right. I'm not gonna argue with that. Morgan, why don't you go ahead and talk about what you thought of this movie? And obviously, you got to give it your rating.
Okay. Well, so I will give it my rating first, and then I will talk about it. So please, guys, don't hate me, but because I've seen so many trauma films and I have bias because Toxie is not my favorite trauma movie, actually. I give it like an 8 out of 10. It's good.
Why would somebody hate you over that?
Yeah, that's not a bad rating.
Honestly, because people can be really fucking, shysty when it comes to certain films and certain things. Like, I've been drug on many occasions because of my opinions for horror movies, and I'm just like, if you just say you have bad taste and just be done with the conversation, I guess. No, I'm kidding. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, and
Right, just
we're
some
all
of them
allowed
are
to have
wrong.
it.
Well, I mean, they say that, but I don't think I agree with it.
I don't. My opinion is always right, but I let people slide. But I love the movie. I think the effects are great. I think some of the kills are like some of the best kills I've ever seen in B movies. That wait scene really is iconic. The special effects for that, from someone that has done special effects, like a standpoint, is probably some of the best. That was fucking disgusting. And when I was a little girl, I was absolutely convinced that that was real. So he really got me. Really pulled a wool over my eyes with that one. But I do agree with Chuck. I think that you could probably never remake it like solidly. A lot of the shit that that you hear in it, that is said in it, is really bad. And it's really funny because I don't think it's offensive. Like, I see nothing wrong with that movie. Everything in that movie, I see nothing wrong with it. Personally, I would love to see something like that made again, because that's the kind of shit that I like to watch. But the way everyone is nowadays, everyone would be canceled. They would dox that entire cast and crew within a matter of seconds. In fact, I cannot believe that Trauma has not come under fire because of some of the movies they make. Because, like, I watch shit and I'm like, this is so good. This is what I want to see. And then I remember, I'm like, girl, what you want to see is illegal. You get arrested in other countries for making movies like you want to see. So, difference in opinion.
I think that with Trauma, though, like when it comes down to how they haven't gotten like a lot of shit, like when it comes down to like how they are and everything, I don't know. It's like you already automatically know because they kind of put it out there, like, hey, this shit's gonna be kind of fucked up.
Oh man, you have no idea how many times I've sat down like friends to watch movies from Trauma, and they're just mild, and they're like, "Can we watch something else?"
Yeah. Oh
and
yeah. No, I've had a lot of those friends too.
I'm like, well, first off, you're gonna have to get out of my house, but also, how is this offensive? But SVU isn't.
I don't know. I
love SVU. So,
I love SVU. I'm sorry, it's on in the background, and I'm going to use it as a reference point for that, because there's some shit that they did in earlier seasons.
I will say that probably just because of my profession and what I do for work, it is probably super fucking hard for anything to offend me. And that's just being blunt. And Chuck knows that I've used it as my excuse for a lot of things that have offended him. So,
it's really hard to offend me too. Like, it really takes.
No, trust me. I mean,
it really takes a lot to like actually make me visibly upset with words and actions. You know what I mean?
Well, we'll chat for a second after the show. I'll give you a rough idea. But about this movie though, I personally would also probably give it about an 8. I love this movie. Not my favorite Trauma movie, but it's definitely up there. Maybe it's because it's one of the first ones I saw. But Shanty, the world is just full of pussies. If you don't like it, don't watch it. I would love to see a remake of Toxic.
I agree. If you don't like it, don't watch it.
Exactly. I think it might be because I've like one of the first ones I saw, but I have this really deep love for Sergeant Kabuki, man. I know it's a very, very weird one. I know it's probably not appropriate for a white guy to turn into an Asian kind of samurai thing, but I love the fucking hell out of the shit, and it's one of my favorite movies, and I'm sorry. I will say, though, the Toxic Avenger movie is just a very fun movie. There's very specific scenes in this movie that I love more than others. I'm a huge fan of when they kill children on air. And when they were running over the kid on a bike is probably one of my favorite things about the
I
movie.
hate that scene.
I
Yeah.
know. You just I love kids. I love some of them need to be ran over by a car.
Hey, listen. I'm so sorry, Chuck, but fuck all them kids. Fuck them kids.
At least somebody agrees
really
with me
don't like it.
finally. You have no idea. I've talked about how much I love the kid dying scene so many times. And
Kids
Chuck's
are
always
good
like,
for two things in horror movies: being exceptionally creepy and dying.
exactly. Right there
That's
with
it.
dogs. Right there
Yeah,
with
I love dogs way more than I love human children. I'll tell you
I
that
know.
right now.
I just
buddy.
had to say it
love a
while I had
dog.
somebody agreeing with me on something. Chuck's just rolling his eyes over there. Like this
Whatever.
motherfucker. Finally found
I don't care.
one other person in the world that's okay with seeing kids die on TV.
I really I don't get like watching SVU, the living victims, that really upsets me. But when they're dead, I just am stone cold. I'm like, whatever. I
Right.
do not care.
And don't get me wrong, it's not like I absolutely hate children. I do have my own kids.
I don't have children, and I have one child in my life that I absolutely love, and that is my best friend's. Outside of that, I don't like kids.
No, I'm
I guess it just kind of all depends, like
I'm-
on
I'm
like
in
I don't
I
hope
like
they all
mine.
die.
you
I just
know.
want to put that out there. I'm not like that evil kind of woman,
Uh,
but I don't like kids. And if I could avoid them and people like they just disappear forever, I would not be upset.
I don't want them to
yeah,
die,
well, you know.
but I wouldn't be upset if they were dead.
Okay,
Like
whatever.
I love mine, but like
I'm a dad too.
I'm not
I don't like
into
watching that
everybody
shit. So
else's
what?
either. I mean,
Okay, doesn't matter.
there's a lot of kids that suck. Have you been to a store lately?
Oh my
Yeah.
god, that's
Oh,
that's
no.
why no one raises their kids right. I'm sure I would actually here, let me change my opinion.
Chuck's like, I guess they're smoking.
If you raise your kids right, you know, and they aren't like little like hellions,
Oh, my
I don't
kid's
mind
awesome.
them, and I actually really enjoy them. Like when they have manners, you know what I mean, and they're raised
Right.
properly. But
Oh,
so
yeah.
many people in this day and age don't want to raise their kids right, and they expect
no,
everyone
I'm-
around them to
I'm
deal
not
with their
saying-
children too.
I'm
And
not
I'm
they
like,
saying I
deserve
no.
it when Bozo runs over them with the car.
I'm not, I'm not saying some kids would be punted across the street. I'm just saying I don't like to always watch kids die in movies. Sorry.
Well, it's
Oh
not
no, I
real,
agree
Chuck.
with that. I don't like watching children death 24/7 either. There's other things you could put in a movie.
No, not 24/7, but like 17, 24, I'm okay with. You gotta sleep sometime. Like,
Oh, she's dead.
but you know, it is. You know,
Oh my gosh!
but I will say it's graphic, it's violent. It's one of the things I really truly love about this movie. And you know, like, yeah, there are other iconic deaths in this, but when they run over that kid, like, I mean, it's definitely one of the greatest death scenes. And you know, we also get some really fun, iconic kind of villains in this too. Like, we got Bozo, who's really, I mean, there's not much like that makes him a villain, but we have like Cigar Face, Knuckles,
Scarface is a good one.
Nipples, like the mayor. I mean, like they're the bad guys in this movie are just ridiculous. The group of guys or whatever at the restaurant. You know, I mean, we got some pretty cool death scenes there. And you know, another really cool thing about this movie that you don't get to see in a lot of films is like the superhero goes and falls for the blind woman. Well, I mean, with him, it's a little understandable, but it's a cool little extra piece there, and they really turned her into kind of a bimbo character, which kind of sucked a little bit. I mean, you wouldn't expect the blind woman to be like that. I mean,
Yeah, you wouldn't, but it's always the quiet ones.
that's
Yeah.
fair. That's
It's
fair.
always the quiet ones.
You know, but I do agree with you, Morgan. I would give this one an 8. The effects in this were great, though. I mean,
Yeah, the effects were amazing.
yeah, and it's definitely something that's always worth watching. I mean, Mop Boy turned superhero we don't get that every day, and they did it in such a fun fucking way in this one, where it just
You
it
don't
made it
ever,
interesting.
You don't ever see a superhero whose cape is a pink tutu.
It's true.
That's fair. That is fair.
That's like that's iconic, and that's what I love to see. I love
Toxic
to see,
was original.
Yeah, I love to see a big strong man wearing a pink tutu. That shit right there, that's good. That's what I like.
Right. Now, just curious, have you guys been all caught up with all the sequels?
Most of them.
Oh man. Well.
I stopped after the second one.
Oh really? So I'm the only one that's seen all four.
Yeah.
I might have seen all 4 of them actually. I just don't remember. They all kind of squished together.
They
at
get
some
rough.
point.
The second
They
one's the
get
only one I
rough.
remember.
Yeah, because I've got a couple of them on VHS.
I forget if it's 3 or 4, but Sergeant Kabuki Man does make an appearance. So I will throw that out there. So if you are a Kabuki Man fan,
Which one's Citizen Toxie?
4.
Okay, I've got that one.
I'm pretty sure it's 4. Yeah.
I think that's the one. I think that's the one Kabuki Man's in.
Yeah, and then what? Because it goes there's what, Toxic Avenger 1, Part 2, Part 3 is The Last Temptation of Toxie,
I haven't seen
and
that
then
one.
4 is Citizen Toxie, which is weird because there's something after The Last Temptation, which that's always something that drives me nuts when they do like sequels and stuff. It's like The Last this, and it's like there's a sequel. You know, it's like obviously
like,
not The Last.
When bands say that they're gonna do their last tour.
Oh, so you're not a big fan of the Stones?
Or Motley Crue. That shit
Is
drives
that
me nuts.
what are they on, like 45 farewell tours?
Yeah, at this point, I just every time they say farewell, I'm like, you know what? Doubt it.
Right.
You'll be back.
Go ahead.
Huh?
Oh, I thought you were in the middle of something.
No, I just nope. Oh,
I think we lost Chuck.
I think we lost.
His phone finally died. So now we can talk about how much we love children dying.
Oh,
No,
bye,
I'm
Chuck.
joking.
We're gonna talk about dying kids now.
Oh man. Well, if he decides to come back on, I'll bring him back up. But I'm happy that I finally got somebody who agrees with me on the children part of movies. I mean, it's definitely something that's a lot more fun to talk
all
about.
day, but I cannot
Thank
watch
you.
animals die.
See, I mean, I love this movie, but one of my all-time favorite movies that's pretty well known by now is Cannibal Holocaust, which is notoriously known for real animal deaths.
So recently actually discovered that Cannibal Ferox and Cannibal Holocaust are 2 completely different fucking things.
Yeah.
Did not know that. Until I had someone explain that to me at a horror convention that had dabbled in filming for Cannibal Ferox, and they were like, no, completely different thing. And I was like, well, thank you for humbling me. I feel stupid now because I, talking to someone that, worked on it like a ding dong. And I am pretty sure in Cannibal Ferox, there's animal death scenes.
Wouldn't be surprised.
And they were pretty brutal, but I own it. It was one of the first brutal movies my dad ever bought for me because I collect disgusting cinematography. Clearly,
no, I more than understand it. Trust me. I mean, I have multiple versions of Cannibal Holocaust. I do have
there's like
Ferox
3 or
as well,
4, isn't
but
there?
I think I have 3.
There's
but I have it on different formats as well.
Okay.
So I mean, I have 2 different Blu-rays. I think the DVD I have is different than the Blu-rays, and I also have a older VHS as well.
I know that you can get the first 2 versions of it pretty easily, but the first version is one that I have it on an HD drive because you can't find it very easily, and it's like when you do, it's really expensive.
I've spent a lot of money on a lot of my movie collection. I will say I think probably the Ilsa box set was probably one of the more expensive ones.
I believe it.
Right,
I don't
with
have it on
my
DVD.
Yeah, I think one of my next expensive sets was probably the Evil Dead 2 Book of the Dead edition, where it was like the Necronomicon made out of like silicone was the whole thing. It was like a European release.
Downstairs. Yep, I got it when I was at a horror convention with my mom.
I used to have a friend that worked at FYE and they had a used copy there, and he used to make fake receipts and just give me movies for free.
I remember from when I was a kid, my dad used to take me there all the time. Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that place used to be awesome. That's
It's
also
not.
where I
It's
got
not
my.
no more.
It's also where I got my entire box set of all the Thundercats. So
I was thinking about doing a Chitara cosplay, but I just
You
can't
should.
bring myself to feed into that
yes, you
thing.
can. Yes, you can. Sean says you need more copies of Monster Dog, which is a big piece of shit movie. Imagine putting Alice Cooper in your movie,
Stop,
but
I
then
know.
have somebody else do his fucking voice.
So when I watched that, I remember looking at him and like thinking to myself, this is not what that man sounds like. What
No.
the fuck?
It's really, really bad.
But on the same aspect of it, I was like, I love that Alice Cooper is in a scary movie. But then I watched this vampire movie. I can't remember. I think it's called Suck.
I'm not sure.
You need
I've
to look
seen-
that up right now on that thing that you do. Him and his wife Calico Cooper were both in it. He plays one of the main vampires. Iggy Pop is in it too.
Oh, I love some Iggy Pop.
Oh
Let's
god,
see,
I love
there's
Iggy Pop.
Vampires Suck, and it's not that. Suck 2009. Oh, I mean, that's definitely fucking screaming Iggy Pop just by looking at this girl on the cover of. Yeah,
I'm
that's
telling
him.
you, it's about
Yep,
a
he's
rock
in it.
band.
Henry Rollins is in it too.
Yes, that's
Holy
the one. That's
fuck.
the one.
Yeah, Iggy Pop. David Foley's in it too.
There's
Holy
so
fuck.
many good fucking names, dude. It's such a good
Lifeson's
goddamn
in it too. What the hell is this? Is this
I can't believe you've never seen it.
No, I have not seen that one.
It's a good one, dude. That's one that I have on DVD. I had to make sure to buy it.
Yeah, but I mean, having Lifeson in this, like from like, and then David Foley too. Like for those who don't know, I mean, obviously, Kids in the Hall. I mean, you got some pretty fucking big names in this fucking movie.
It was straight to fucking video on demand, dude. It didn't even touch theaters.
A comedy rock centered, or a comedy centered on rock and roll band that will do anything to become famous. That's a very odd way of describing a movie, but I mean,
Well, they left a lot of allusion to it, and I love that because honestly, you know, if I would have read, the two things that drew me to it was the fact that the cover very clearly shows that it's a vampire movie, but the description of the film does not allude to it very much.
no.
And they had so many big names. I love Alice Cooper and I love Iggy Pop and Henry Rollins and anything I fucking love. I watched Sons of Anarchy strictly for that dude and for the guy that plays Tig. I love Tig. But like
I understand.
I love Henry Rollins because that man is such a multifaceted fucking guy and he's such a sweetheart. Like such a
I've heard that. I will say that I'm not mad about Henry Rollins at all, but I am a much, much bigger Iggy Pop fan. And I will say, and I know it's a very, very unpopular opinion, but he made City of Angels worth watching. The Crow sequel.
Oh my god, dude, stop.
I love Iggy Pop.
Which one, and you know, this one's gonna be also an unpopular opinion, but which one is the one with Edward Furlong?
Oh my god. I think is that the show?
I don't think so. It had Tara Reid, David Boreanaz, and Edward Furlong.
Let's see here.
And no one fucking likes it. They
Wicked
hate it.
Prayer.
Got one.
Yeah, that was the
That was
the
so
worst
good.
one.
Stop, dude.
That
I
was
love
the-
that one.
That was the worst one. There's only 3 of them.
I
No.
loved that one. Okay, so the original Crow I have tattooed on my arm. My mom and I have matching tattoos. That one
Really?
obviously is the best, and no one will ever top Brandon Lee. But like nostalgia reasons, I love the one that has Edward Furlong because I remember discovering him and like I have this love for grimy dudes that look like him. And that was my awakening to like, you know, Norman Reedus and stuff like that. I like watched it when I was like 13 and I was like, this guy, I like how he looks. So then I went and watched a bunch of his movies when he was younger. And then I discovered Norman Reedus and then I went down that fucking rabbit hole. which he's done amazing movies. He did Masters of Horror, and the movie that he did, Cigarette Burns, fucking phenomenal. And I can't believe more people don't fucking talk about it.
Well, I mean, man, it's hard to get anybody who's actually gonna sit there and talk about a lot of horror movies these days, anyway.
You're not wrong, but I mean, like the people that are on my Facebook, I don't know about yours, but it seems like everyone has an opinion about shit, but it's always shit that doesn't even fucking register on my radar. Like it's all, like people are talking about The Conjuring right now for some reason, and I'm like, why are we discussing this shit ass movie?
I will say that you and I have enough mutual friends where we probably see a lot of the same shit.
And it drives me nuts sometimes. I'm like, guys, there are movies that I like, maybe they haven't seen them, or I just don't know. But there's other movies that we could be discussing, and it's The Conjuring and shit like that should not be one of them.
No, I mean, first off, even this movie, for instance, like, nothing bad about, Toxic Avenger, but Trauma and Lloyd Kaufman, they don't need my help or anybody's help talking about their fucking movie. But, something like that, straight to video movie. I mean, that might be something we talk about or whatever. That, attention needs to be brought to those kinds of movies.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're not talked about.
Those. They need to definitely see those. Add those to their arsenal because, I mean, they're so good. They're so good in so many different ways. And it opens up different, doorways to different movies because, I mean, any video on demand bullshit you have, if you like that movie, it's going to give you recommendations of other stuff. And I mean, there's other shit that's probably going to be recommended that I haven't seen. Like you have to, open up your doors a little. Go out of your comfort zone. Stop watching PG-13 horror. I don't know.
No, I actually 100% agree with that. I mean, one of my biggest things is I always forget a lot of names of movies, which sucks. But I watch so many of them.
I don't. I could sit here. People message me and ask me movies. Like they'll send me a I do it to my dad too. I think that's where I get it from. Is my fucking old man because people will send me 2 sentences to describe a movie and they're like, "Do you know what this is?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's this movie from this year." And they're like, "How do you know this?"
Right. Like, don't get me wrong. I can get, I know a lot of them and but my problem is for instance, the first year I did a letterbox, I logged in over 580 movies in 1 year.
God bless. Yeah, that sounds like my life.
So it's like, you know what? I mean, I'm working in between 12 and 15 hours a day, but I'm still fitting in all these movies, not sleeping half the time. And it's, I mean, when you get to that level, I mean, you're watching 1 to 2 movies a day on average.
Sometimes it just mashes together and you forget shit.
Well, plus, I mean, when you watch that many movies, 4 or 5 of those movies are going to seem like the exact same fucking movie. I mean, there's only so many ideas people can sit there and try to redo.
Especially when it comes to slashers and stuff like that. A lot of that stuff just blends straight together. I could just those camper slasher movies, they all blend together for me. It's rough.
Yeah, me too. I mean, well, Sleepaway Camp's always been a big favorite of mine, so that one sticks out. But the rest of them, unless it's an indie movie with a different kind of approach to it, then the rest of them.
Killer Camp Out. The creature is he's just different, and that's what really sets it apart because most times it's just some fucking guy with a fucking thing on his face running around and killing people, having sex in the woods.
Right, which, don't get me wrong, isn't a horrible thing.
No, not at all.
But, I mean, how many times are we going to watch that movie?
I mean, I could watch it until, my eyes fucking rot out of my skull. But also, I would like to see some diversity while I'm sitting there,
Exactly, and also another unpopular opinion, when it comes to, horror movies in general, I mean, me personally, maybe it's the time and period of where I grew up and some of the movies that were big at the time, but I'm kind of to the point where it's if I'm gonna watch horror, I love horror movies, obviously, but my least favorites are starting to become the slasher genres in general. I'd rather, as fucked up and weird as it sounds, I've gotten really, really big into the creature features and shit like that lately.
Yeah.
And I like seeing monsters and But I understand the appeal of it all. It's just
It's just really easy to start out with slasher movies, and that's
it
not
is.
bad. There's nothing bad about that.
No.
It's just
Well, I
it's
mean, you
definitely
say
an
that, but
easy
I
stepping
mean,
stone.
I remember back in the day when Scream came out and every single person was Ghostface for Halloween, and there wasn't even another Halloween costume. I mean, there's only so much Ghostface you can handle.
And what's unfortunate is I love Ghostface, and I could probably
Okay.
see that until I die and love it. But I would also I would just like to see a new person, not person, a new creature, I guess technically, become, the face of a generation. Like,
Right.
Ghostface was early 2000s, and then you
Oh,
get
that
to
was
late
90s.
Oh, I mean, sorry, 90s.
Yeah.
Sorry. And then, like Leatherface was huge when it came out in what was it, late 70s the first one came out?
Yep.
That was iconic. Like
Oh
that was
yeah.
huge. And then Jason was the face of the fucking 80s. So was Freddy. You couldn't go anywhere without fucking seeing them.
Right.
And
Well, Michael Myers was right there too.
yeah,
Also.
like people were
Late
so
70s and
scared of these
80s.
people. And I want to see that for my generation. I
Right.
want someone to finally, even if it's an indie, creature, give them the budget to create something fucking scary, original
Right.
scary.
Well, I mean, we get it, but then it gets no attention. Like, just curious. Have you seen The Cursed?
I have.
I fucking thought it was a fantastic movie.
And I
loved
wish
it.
that people would pay more attention to it, because the only kind of remake I approve of is just funding an indie director enough for them to make the same movie with a bigger budget exactly how they wanted to make it the first time. That's what
Right.
I am a fan of, because then, I mean, movie magic can be made if you give the right person the right budget.
Right. No, 100%. Sean making fun of me here. 500 plus movies in a year. Dang, how many were Netflix and chill? I am married, so not many. So, anyways, like, I don't know. That's one thing I do like. That Cursed movie was so fucking good, and I'm talking about the one from 2022. For those who don't know, definitely not your typical werewolf type movie. In fact, there's not really a werewolf in it. It's more of like a weird gypsy kind of curse thing, but it's such a fucking good movie, and we can't get things like that nowadays. But at least we do have certain things like Toxic Avenger to sit there and look back on and still have some kind of good memories and have fun watching some of these movies.
My hope is for Trauma to create another solid Toxie, if you will.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I almost pulled the trigger and got Trauma Now the other day until I realized that everything that's on there I own, other than all the softcore porn.
Oh, that's on there though.
Yeah, that is on there.
Trauma Now.
Well, I mean,
I'm gonna revisit
their own.
Golden Years.
I have nothing against it, but like Trauma to me wasn't that. I understand what it's become and everything, and that's fine. I'm not opposed to it or anything like that. I don't want it to come off that way whatsoever.
Oh man, these softcore movies were a thing even back when Trauma started.
Well, I mean, like, even if it wasn't like let me see, like back when they started, because they started pretty fucking early, didn't they?
Yeah, they've been around for a while.
Right, and I'm sure they had probably a few. Yeah, they definitely had a few of them early on, but I mean, they really, really kicked it up in like the early thousands.
That's how they got their funding and stuff too, though, was a lot of softcore stuff. I mean, which is fucking genius in my opinion. Why not?
No, and I'm like I said, I'm nothing bad about it, but like Trauma to me was always like the Toxic Avenger, the Nukem High, the Poultrygeist.
I feel like they should put everything on that thing. You know what I mean? Like all of it.
Well, I mean, a lot of it is, but not all of it. Like, I didn't get a chance to see. I don't know if Father's Day is on there.
Listen, I own that movie. That one is that is personally my favorite Trauma film.
Which Father's Day?
Yes.
That's not even really a trauma film. You know that, right?
It's not even really no, I know, but that is personally.
Do you know the
one of
story
my
behind that
favorite.
movie? Why it became a trauma film?
I mean, no, I don't. I just know that was one of the ones that I watched, and I was like,
Lloyd wrote a check for $1,000 to some of my favorite like group of actors and producers and everything. Astron 6, who did
okay, yeah.
Manborg and Psycho Gorman. That's who did that
love
movie.
Manborg. My dad and I were just talking about it the other day, dude.
We got to make a date. We're going to be doing a Manborg episode soon.
Oh fuck yeah! That dude.
Nobody has
I
ever
don't know
told me
if
they
it's
like that
Jamie
one.
Kennedy, but he looks like Jamie Kennedy. He looks just like Jamie Kennedy.
You talking about Manborg himself?
Yes, the guy that plays him.
Matthew Kennedy?
Okay, that's probably why he looks like him then.
They're not related. Matthew actually
No?
lives in Toronto. He's on my friends list. Go and find him.
He looks just like Jamie.
You haven't seen him in like that was early. So
does he not look like that anymore? I haven't seen anything
really,
else
no.
he's done other than Manborg.
Well,
so.
Manborg, Psycho Gorman.
Was he in Psycho Gorman?
Did that? Yep. Stephen Kostansky, the guy who did all the stuff for those, he's the guy that did The Void in the newest Leprechaun movie.
Oh, The Void is so fucking.
What else did they do? That Chow Boys. They did one of my favorite internet shows called Divorced Dad, which I think you will absolutely love.
I'll
send it to you.
Up. Yeah, because
it's very weird, not like super raunchy, but it's like filmed as in like a 80s public access show.
Oh, that sounds great.
Just kind of with like almost like a Tim and Eric type humor to it. So it's definitely interesting. But a lot of those guys also did some work on Wolf Cop 2.
I fucking love Wolf Cop.
So I mean, like they're great people, but no, going back to Father's Day, it became a trauma film over, I believe, $1,000 check.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm glad that happened because I probably wouldn't have known about it if it wasn't, associated with Lloyd and, his name. But
Right.
yeah, that was like the one thing I went to Cinema Wasteland to buy on DVD was Father's Day.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because I love the opening scene is probably one of the most desensitizing things to ever watch as a young kid. I remember watching that. I was like 15. And I was like, what flip flop? Someone's probably fucking. And then it's just a severed head.
Well, I mean, they did such a good job. They really did.
It's so fucking that's the whole movie is so disgusting. My dad physically cannot watch that movie. It's
really.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's not good for any man, really. If you're squeamish about certain things, probably don't watch that,
Right. Well, I think it's pretty obvious I'm not squeamish about shit. But
no, I was talking about other people watching this podcast or this. Yeah, don't watch that if you're squeamish about certain shit.
No,
that show gets.
It's different. We'll say that much. It's worth the watch, though.
Definitely different.
It's worth the watch, but I didn't see if that was on Troma Now at all. I would be excited if it was, but because I know there's that one, and because I wanted to watch that one again, and I have it, but I was kind of hoping because I haven't had Troma Now yet. I was kind of hoping maybe there could be extras and stuff maybe on there. I don't know, but there was that, and then what's the other one? There's like a clown movie that was I heard was on there that I wanted to check out, but I never got a chance to see it either. So, I mean, you can't watch everything as much movies as I watch. You can't watch them all.
I haven't even really heard of a clown one.
I think it was called Slutty the Clown. I heard about.
Oh my god!
I wanted to check that out.
People that I know. What
yeah, so am I. It's obviously that's how you hear about things.
I have seen posts about Slutty the Clown, and
I did too. But when you go on there to look at what's on there, because you can see what's on there before you purchase it, I didn't see it on there.
Oh, that sucks. Maybe it's not up yet then.
Yeah, so I mean, I'll check it out when the stuff I want to see is on there. But when I own 99% of the rest of the stuff, it's like pay for something where I own all these things.
I would rather own them all physically. I just wait for shit conventions to come around and stuff, and I go buy, an obscene amount of DVDs at a time, and people stare at me like I'm a lunatic.
Hey, I more than understand. I mean,
I can't help myself. I go straight to the trauma table every single time.
right. In fact, just because you brought it up, I definitely want to go ahead and say this. So, talking about conventions, next, well, technically a week from tomorrow, if you are in Ohio, I am booked over in Dayton. If you guys want to go over there and check anything out, check out my Facebook. It's on there. I do not remember the location. It was a last minute booking. I got asked to be there, but I will be there. Bless you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. So please come check it out. Buy my comic book. You can touch it. We'll talk about shit, whatever the fuck. And have fun. Have fun. There'll be
You
cool
heard it
shit
here,
there.
guys. You can touch it.
You can touch
and
it.
Talk about it.
And talk about it. No pictures, though. So
no pictures. It's all in person.
Unless you ask nicely.
You got to be like Maynard and say no cell phones.
Yeah, not that extreme. Fuck. Anyways, let's go ahead and probably get done with this tonight. Did you have anything else that you would like to promote or talk about? Like, I know obviously you have your and I looked for it. I could not find it. So if you could private chat me the link for all my links would probably be one of the easier ways. I know you had it on your page. I just couldn't fucking find it somewhere.
It's okay. It's deep in all the other links of shit that I have on there.
Well, yeah. I mean, I was talking to Chuck earlier today. I'm like, yeah, I wanted to find some links. He's like, yeah, well, just go and look for them. I'm like, you don't understand how much she posts. I'm like,
no, it's actually in my bio.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, if you go to my Facebook profile, it's in my bio.
Oh my fucking god! It was right there the whole time.
But it's
no,
right there.
It's right there at the top.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't even
IMDb and stuff.
I don't even have to try. So, anyways, I will go ahead and post that for everybody. And Sean says, "Bless you." Sounded like a mouse sneezed.
Thank you. I get that a lot. It's like the only dainty thing about me other than my height.
I don't know how tall you are.
I am 5'1" on a good day.
What are you on a bad day?
I'm a midge. Really short.
So here we go for anybody who wants to see it. And all the links have been spread everywhere. And you can go click that link and you can see her Amazon wish list, her OnlyFans, her Fansly, and mini vids.
My OnlyFans is on sale right now, actually.
Oh, is it now?
It is. There's like a couple spots left, so you guys should go grab them while you can.
Yes. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. It actually ends on tomorrow.
Yep.
15 offers left, 45% off for 31 days. And $5.50.
Yep, that's it.
There you guys go. And I mean, yeah, honest, I don't know what Fansly is, but you can check out her Fansly as well. And basic subscription is $10 a month through there.
That one has some of my best and favorite videos on it right now.
So they're not the same.
Not as many as my OnlyFans, but it's all the high quality videos that I've taken since I've gotten my ring light and my nice setup and stuff. So lots of cosplay content.
Very cool. And her mini vids.
And that is all pretty much like
I don't see anything on there at all.
You can't see it because you have to like have a mini vids account and stuff. So when you get on there, you know, if you have a mini vids account, you'll be able to see my stuff. It's basically a la carte, to put it like that. You can buy, most of my videos are like $5 to $10, and you can buy any of the videos that I have ever posted on OnlyFans that are good quality, right there. So you don't even have to like get a monthly subscription. You can just buy it, save it, keep it.
Very, very cool. I like how you compare it to like a restaurant.
That's the only way to compare it.
It's like, yeah.
It's like when you go and you see all of the sides and stuff. Oh no, I'm the only one that's here.
Yeah, I did that before where I accidentally hit the wrong button and backed myself out.
That's okay. I got nervous for a second and I was like, well, if I'm gonna be the only one that's on here, what do I fucking do with my hands?
Oh, you're supposed to do the Macarena. It's
I
I'm surprised you know it.
I don't know it very much, but I know enough.
Fair enough. Sorry about that. Yeah.
No, you're okay.
Fucking having a mouse with 7 buttons, sometimes you hit the wrong fucking thing. So oh, Sean says, this is clean stuff or
It is not. It is not safe for work.
there you go, Sean. You heard it here. Sean's like, take my credit number. just write
I do
this
custom
down."
videos too, as well, so you can purchase custom content.
There you go, Sean. Sean's been really looking for somebody to do some pretty messed up shit.
That's okay. Honest to God, I'm down to do anything.
I don't know if Sean's really gonna say that. He might be really mad at me for saying that.
Snuff films preferred.
Ooh my, hello. So there you guys go. Check that out. Go and see what she has going on. And I mean, I'm sure I'm sure you're gonna have a blast checking out some of the shit that she has on there.
It's a really
I will say though, I am kind of curious also about this Amazon wish list. I obviously know what that is. Oh my god, you have the same shit I have on my fucking cart right now. The
My Amazon
Halloween
wish list is
decorations and
like-
shit.
honest to God, if anyone out there wants to do something nice, I mean, you could subscribe to OnlyFans, but you also could buy me some Halloween decorations because this year I'm decorating my yard for all the neighborhood kids to come get candy. And I want to set it up so that it's kind of like a little haunted house, sort of. I'm going to block off my driveway and I'm going to make it so they have to go through my yard. And there's going to be a bunch of animatronic, like zombies coming out of graveyards. And I'm going to make little ghosts. So
Very, very cool.
yeah, Amazon wish list is my preferred right now. Halloween decorations ain't fucking cheap.
No, I mean they're really not that bad to be fair.
No.
Like
They're like reasonable, but they're not cheap either. Like $15 for something I'm gonna shove into the ground that's gonna get abused by children.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, but like I mean, those are in my cart right now personally. I mean, you got probably about 4 or 5 items that are in my cart on my own. So I mean,
Nice. Great minds think alike.
yeah. I mean, the exact same fucking ones. It's weird that we wear the same size lingerie. No, I'm joking.
That is interesting that we also like the same kind of lingerie. Good to know we're twinsies.
Right. I mean, obviously you can tell by just looking. So
Absolutely.
So anyways, please check out everything she has going on there. You'll see the links there. Links will also be in the show notes if you're checking this out on the podcast version. And hopefully you guys like what we had to talk about with Toxic Avenger and everything else we talked about that wasn't Toxic Avenger that was probably took up more time.
Today was a good podcast. Yeah.
It definitely was.
I had a good time. Definitely, please
me too.
remember to check out the Indiegogo for Killer Campout Part 2.
Yes. Please do, guys. And that is up in here too. So please check that out as well. I can't say when it's going to happen, and I don't think Morgan knows yet either, but just keep an eye out. Don't spend all your money because those shorts will be available on there soon.
They will.
You know, who knows? Do you know how much they're going to be?
I'm not entirely sure what the price is going to be, but I'm sure.
Are they? I am kind of curious. You advertised them here as no underwear. Are you going to advertise them on there as no underwear too?
Oh, I'm going to tell Brad absolutely to advertise them as no underwear.
Yeah. So they'll probably be a little bit expensive. So Sean, if I were you, I'd just keep an eye on that so you can get to it before they go away. Sean's like, you better stop calling me out on shit.
He's like, I feel like I'm being targeted.
Well, yeah. Well, no, he's not. Sean knows I love the dude to death. He's a great guy. In fact, if you ever need any woodworking done, Smithson Creations, he's great. And he says, great show and nice to get to know you a little more.
Oh, thanks,
Yeah,
Sean.
yeah.
If I'm ever interested in getting some wood, I'll let you know.
Oh, yeah. And you dick. He actually made me these custom coasters.
Oh my god, I love those.
Yeah. He no joke, he does a fantastic job. But with woodworking, you pay for quality. That is
Absolutely.
for sure. Oh yes. Oh yeah. He says, or laser work. He does a lot of laser stuff too. Um. Anyways, do you have anything else to add to this before we go and close out?
Um, I let just I'll plug the movies that I'm gonna go do really fast. So here
Oh
in
yeah,
about a month,
please do.
I am gonna go finish up filming for Killer Camp Out, obviously, and then I'm gonna be doing some roles in a film called Melancholy that I've posted about on my Facebook, and I'm also gonna be doing my role in Depravity, which is directed by Scott King. I've posted lots about Depravity. I'm very excited to go film this. I'm going to be working with familiar faces again on this set. I'm not entirely sure. I do believe I'm going to get to see Angel on Depravity and Melancholy set. And I'm really excited because I love working with Angel Bradford so fucking much. So much. So, be sure to stay on the lookout for those things. I'm going to post more as I can.
Very, very cool. And I'm assuming if you want to be staying up to date with this, you can probably check out Morgan on Facebook as well as her Instagram, which I don't know why I think this, but I guarantee they're fully fucking linked together. And they are. They really are. I will say too, and she did not promote this at all, nor did she ask me to promote this, but definitely somebody who does some pretty cool, interesting little TikTok videos too. So we'll just go ahead and throw that out there too.
TikTok is definitely interesting for me for sure. I feel like I feel like old as hell trying to figure out how to work that stupid app.
My problem is that I know how to work everything, but I just it's like, okay, what am I gonna do here? I just promote stuff that I do normally and just use clips and videos I already have. But I don't think I'm gonna be the one doing the next TikTok dance.
I think that you should do the tortilla challenge.
I don't even know what that is.
I think I'm gonna try to come see you at Dayton so that we can do the tortilla challenge. So that can be your first TikTok video.
Like what live TikTok thing? Yeah.
You put water in your mouth and you slap each other with tortillas. And the thing of it is you can't spit it out and you can't swallow it or you lose. You have to keep your cool the entire time.
You know what? If you were there in Dayton,
I'll bring some tortillas and I'm gonna.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna just bring tortillas just in case. be like have my partner there with me. He'd be like, why do you just have a package of tortillas? I'm like, well,
my snacks.
A friend of mine might show up.
And she really, really loves tortillas.
Right? It's her favorite. Trust me, you'll understand soon enough.
Oh my God.
Yeah, definitely. Anyways, it's always fucking awesome. Feel free to stay after the outro video plays if you wanted to chat or whatever. And I'm gonna go ahead and take us out of here. So thank you, Morgan, once again for
Thanks
coming
for having
on.
me.
You're always welcome on here. And I mean, we definitely have a lot of movies in common that we're gonna have to work our way into. I've been trying to figure out ways of forcing Chuck out of his realm of all I can watch is horror movies, blah blah blah. It's like because Manborg's not a horror movie by any means. It's definitely a comedy sci-fi movie.
Oh, absolutely.
100%, and it's fucking amazing. Sean says the tortilla challenge is funny.
I love
we'll
those
see.
Stupid things. I'm trying to get my mom to do it with me on Tuesday.
Well, if she doesn't, you have somebody on the 7th of next, like in a week and a day. So, but I forgot where I was going, but yeah, trying to get him out of his little box of just horror movies. You know what? Stay after because I got to ask you about a certain movie I've been dying to do for like 3 years, but nobody knows about it. And I thought it was a popular movie, but apparently I'm just fucking weird. So, anyways, thanks everybody for checking us out, watching everything. Check out the podcast. Check out all Morgan's links. She would love the shit out of that. You really want to be a good guy? Go request a custom video because I'm sure she probably gets paid pretty well for those.
I do, but it's worth it.
You heard it here, guys. You heard it here. So with that being said, the crypt is closed.